Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good evening. Welcome to another edition of our live show, Health and Wellness. I'm Hawa Solomon. Stay with us for the next hour as we enhance you medically and diagnostically as well, looking at how health is taking a step beyond, as we chatted not too long ago, 40 and forward with the IMA convention as well. Hope you enjoyed that tidbit of information and some informative stuff happening for beyond in this millennial world. Alhamdulillah, we also have some exciting news a little bit later on at the end of the show, so competition time as well included in the show. But let's now introduce our guest. We have Dr. Nabeel Adam, and he's going to be introducing us to a new machine, as I mentioned earlier, a diagnostic machine that takes us beyond. Assalamu alaikum to you, Dr. Nabeel, and thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Walaikum salam. Thank you for having me.
So, okay, before we talk about the machine and before we talk nitty-gritties about, how people can benefit and what it does, we want to know a little bit about yourself, because you're going to be seeing the patients popping in. Well, tell us who Dr. Nabeel Adam is.
So basically, my name is Dr. Nabeel Adam, as you've said. So I'm 31 years old. So I graduated in China. So I studied there for 6 years.
Okay.
So I graduated in China and I graduated in 2016. And since then I've been working in the hospital a bit. And now I've come across this magic machine.
Oh.
So I've been doing this since like a year now.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. So all year in Johannesburg, that's where you're based?
Yeah, I'm based in Johannesburg, in London.
In London. Okay. We did a test run with that, so
Yeah.
you've done well. Okay. So state-of-the-art machine. We
Yeah.
want to get right into it. There's going to be probably lots of questions which we have to invite our viewers to as well. We'll put the details at the bottom of the screen and sort of understand what we're looking at here. Because you said diagnostic, it sounds very airy-flairy. What does that mean, this little machine that you come... exactly state-of-the-art medical diagnostic machine, if I can call it. Please introduce us to it.
Okay, so it's called a quantum resonance magnetic analyzer.
Okay.
That's what
I
it's
should have
called.
practiced that.
Yeah. So
Quantum resonance
magnetic analyzer.
magnetic analyzer. Okay, let's get this right. Quantum. All right. Tell us about this quantum resonance magnetic analyzer.
So the quantum resonance magnetic analyzer, how it works is we have energies in our body. So once there's a change in energy, that causes diseases and illnesses. So basically what this machine is set to a normal person's energy.
Okay.
So once obviously a person holds on to this little stick here,
Okay.
then it obviously you just hold on to
So
it.
is that the magnetic part?
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically you hold on to it for like 60 seconds and it reads everything on your energy levels compared to that of a norm.
Okay.
So it will obviously pick up and generate a report of everything that's been happening in your body.
All right. So that's how you use it. You plug it in,
Yeah.
you stick that thing on your hand, and it
Just for
reads your
60
energy on that.
seconds. Yeah.
So is that a stainless steel
It's a
coating?
metal rod,
Metal
basically.
rod.
Yeah.
Metal rod. Okay. So then it feels everything. Because I know on the exercise machines, you sometimes put your hands on the sides and then it reads your heart rate.
Yeah.
And there's
Something similar to that, but
Okay.
obviously this is very
Much more advanced.
comprehensive.
So let's talk about this quantum
Resonance magnetic
magnetic analyzer.
Yeah.
Where does it come from? Who was the smart brain behind it? How long has it been around for? Tell us a bit
So it's
about it.
been around for quite some time,
Okay.
but obviously people have been using it not in abundance
Okay.
because there hasn't been a lot of hype around it. So people were obviously skeptical about it initially until they actually did it. So basically people have been just going for the basic blood test or MRI or X-ray depending on the issues that they have. So now if you introduce to the machine, it basically shows you how great it is. And that's how obviously the word spreads. So obviously this is not really a new machine.
So you say it's been around for a long time.
It's
What
been
is
a-
that, like 10 years?
No,
5
I
years?
think it's been quite some time. Like
Oh, longer than
yeah,
that?
maybe
Wow.
longer than 10 years.
So
But it's,
before you went to go and study, it was around, you
Yeah,
would say?
yeah.
Okay.
so it's always enhancing the machine. So there's different editions of the machine.
Okay.
So this
okay.
one is with the metal rod. So this is
Right.
you holding. There's another machine that I do have,
Okay.
that you have to put your finger, basically your palm onto it. So that's a different edition of the machine.
Okay. Would you say it's a newer version?
Yeah, so it's a
Okay.
different edition of the version. So that picks up a bit more things.
Okay. Later one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's different editions being produced
Depending
all
on
the
your
time.
requirements.
Not
Or what's
really,
needed?
just they're always enhancing.
Okay.
It's obviously moving forward.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been around for a few years. I can't tell you who exactly developed it because there's a few like scientists that obviously came together and did it.
So let's talk about the makeup. I know we
Yeah.
don't want to get too scientific.
Yeah.
You've explained that you've put your hand on the metal rod, and then the machine does it work. How is it then programmed to pick up and the necessary within your body, because you've got so much happening inside of you? So is it sort of a computer program that's analyzing it?
Yeah, so basically you have a program, which I explained to you just a bit earlier, that you basically have a USB. It's a program of the quantum resonance. You plug it into your laptop and then basically you hold on to the metal rod, you put in the details. You have to obviously take a person's weight and height first, put in the details, and then you hold on to the metal rod for 60 seconds, and then
it picks up.
It will obviously scan everything. Obviously, you won't feel pain or shocks in any time of this.
Thank goodness for that.
So then obviously it'll pick up everything in your body.
Okay, so let's talk about the research behind this, because if it's longer than 10 years, it's probably goes way back, and it's been used, but not, as you say, as much as it should have, because of maybe not understanding the machine. So let's talk about some case studies, the use of it, how long, where it has been used in, how effective it is.
So basically, I'll give you a case study from my experience.
Okay.
So let's go to a person came into me, and they've been having digestion issues. They've obviously been to the relevant tests, like they've been for a gastroscope, they've been for like a barium swallowing test, things like that. But they obviously still couldn't find the root of the problem. So they obviously came to me now, trying out everything that they can to fix their. So basically what their symptoms was, they were obviously having severe tummy aches.
Okay.
And it was just very uncomfortable all the time. So the other doctors obviously couldn't find really any issues. They just said it could be acid reflux. And they obviously...
That's so common.
They obviously taken the prescribed meds like Nexium and stuff, and it wasn't working.
So it's not like a holistic approach answer to when you maybe visiting the specialist.
Yeah.
You will be able to assist with that.
Yeah. So basically when they came to me, we did the test. So this machine picks up something that probably we can't pick up from other medical tests. So how it actually...
So let's just look at the other medical tests that are available.
Yeah.
We have the blood test. We have, of course, the specialist looking at you with your symptoms. I don't know. What else?
There's blood tests. It just depends on what your issue is, obviously.
Okay.
There's obviously an
the scope
ECG.
and the
There's a lot of
MRI,
things, gastroscope. There's a lot of different things. Just depends on what your issue is. You obviously send for the relevant test.
Yeah. And x-rays and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically...
So you're saying this machine does all of that?
Yeah, in one. Obviously, if there's a greater problem that I feel, I'll obviously send them to go in a special test.
Oh, a special.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Your case study. Sorry.
Yeah, so the digestion.
Sorry,
we still couldn't find the issue
Okay.
from those tests.
Yeah.
So she came to me. We had a look at what's happening in her body. Obviously, sometimes there's something called a referred issue. So it could not be on specifically where your pain is. It could be related to someone else that's causing the pain.
Or something.
Yeah, but that wasn't the issue.
Okay.
The issue was the digestion, which we actually picked up. So the test actually shows how much of gastric juices are inside your tummy, and if your food is breaking down properly in your gastric section, in your large intestine, in your small intestine, where you get energy from. So lots of people don't get enough energy. They feel they're always tired and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe their food is not digesting in their small intestine. So obviously I helped her on that front, and we saw the digestion was bad. So we obviously fixed the issue. I gave her the relevant stuff to take. And
so it wasn't acid reflux?
No.
When you say the digestion is bad, just quickly give us...
Sometimes when the digestion bad, maybe the gut is also weaker. And obviously they're not eating enough meals in a day. Obviously,
So
they're
you
not.
can refer maybe to a dietitian or something.
No, but I also give them a diet
Okay.
also as well with the test. So it's basically the scan, a report, a suggested treatment, and a diet.
Okay,
Yeah.
and a diet. Wow. So it's an holistic answer.
So it's a whole.
Looking at your body completely.
Yeah.
I want to quickly, we need to take a break, but before we do that, I still want to go on to diagnosis. When a patient comes to you, she say, listen, I've had this cough, because this is a scenario I know
Okay, so
of.
I don't ask the patient what's wrong with them
What do they do? Yeah.
before they come to
Okay.
me.
Let's say I'm coming to you
Yeah.
now.
So you don't
So
tell
now
me your
what?
issues.
Okay.
We'll do the test to actually show you. Then you're going to tell me, oh, this makes sense. This is why it's happening to me.
Oh, so no,
I don't take a medical history until I'm done with the test. Then we'll talk, because then it will make sense to the patient that I'm not really.
So you say, I've picked up A, B, and C, and then you start asking questions.
Yeah, basically. No, because it'll make sense to you. Because you'll tell me, oh, I don't have energy. This is why. Then you'll say, yeah, this is why I'm feeling this way. Oh, okay.
Okay, we're doing follow-ups after the break. Please do stay with us. We have Dr. Nabeel Adam in studio with us. Quantum magnetic analyzer. I hope I got that right. It's a state-of-the-art advanced machine that's been around for many, many years with a great handbook of research and case studies, and we'll get through that. Remember, we are taking your questions, comments, and queries throughout the show. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Welcome back. Assalamu alaikum. We're talking about state-of-the-art diagnostic machine. In studio, we have with us Dr. Nabeel Adam, and I'm not going to do any more of an introduction because this is getting so much interesting. I've got so much questions. Dr. Nabeel, we've talked a little bit of how it works. So I want to now come to you. I'm sitting, you're not asking me any questions. You put this machine on my hand, and I just sit, and your PC starts working. So it comes up with a various list of test results. Take us through that.
So basically, it'll pick up various things, as we said. It basically covers everything from head to toe, not only on the outside, on the inside as well. So basically, your heart, it basically picks up 36 items. 36.
Okay, we're not going to go through that list.
We can go through it.
No, let's not go through that list. We'll show the visuals to our viewers, inshallah.
All right.
So 36
items.
But most importantly, what are the common things that are picked up that are red flagged, that you're now going to say to me, listen, my vitamin D is low, or...
I pick up everything in the body. So basically, I'm going through each section with you. And you would best to know. So all those 36 items, I'm going to talk to you about all 36 items. Okay, good. Whether it's good or bad. So you will see where we stand from there.
Does it matter the condition I'm coming to you, like as in a fasting state? Because some of the test results, you have to go like in a fasting state if you want to go for that.
So it doesn't really make a difference whether you're in a fasting state or not, because it's a build-up of things. You don't just damage your liver from yesterday's food or from yesterday's lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's obviously a build-up with your kidneys, with uric acid, stuff like that. It's not just overnight. It's obviously being built up. So whether you're fasting or not fasting, the truth is still going to come out. Let's
talk about the different stages of your life. Athletes, youngsters, people who are now developed in at a certain age where they're now picking up their chronic diseases because of lifestyle, whatever, history, genetics. Genetics, is that something that is picked up, that you can explain why things are happening, or is it just actual results?
Well, the results are based sometimes on genetics. So we can pick up things obviously from genetic wise, because people say, oh, they have a history of so such. But a lot of diseases are caused these days because of your lifestyle. So genetics plays a role, but our lifestyle is the worst part that's causing these.
Are you going to talk to the patient then about causes, if that does come up?
Yeah, so basically I speak about everything. It's a very long consult. So consult
long, is it like an hour?
So usually the test, obviously, it's just 60 seconds.
Okay, forgot to ask that.
Yeah, so it's just 60 seconds on the specific test.
Yeah.
And then we talk about everything for like an hour, sometimes over an hour, because people have a lot of questions and the way forward and eating.
Before I talk about anything else, we know we're going to, I want to mention, blood test, and I want to talk about athletes as well, sprains and other sort of nitty-gritties in their bodies. But let's just quickly look at the machine. I'm very inquisitive. let's open it up and have a look at the quantum, what did you say?
Quantum resonance magnetic analyzer.
Quantum resonance magnetic analyzer. So what's happening inside of this machine? If we quickly have a look at it, I know that you said we've got to plug it in so you're going to hold it onto your hand. Let's have a look.
Okay, so
I can't get it on the name.
So this is basically the quantum resonance
magnetic analyzer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is how it looks. So this is the stuff that you plug in. So this is the machine.
Yeah.
And this is the stick the metal rod that you obviously hold onto,
Okay.
and then you hold onto this for 60 seconds. And then...
So it's reading what energy is going through on the metal rods? Or
so this is set to a person's normal energies.
Okay.
So once you hold onto this rod, it's obviously transferring your energies to the machine. And there's changes now. So if it's not to the normal, it obviously picks up the differences of high to low.
And then this machine is plugged into your laptop, which has the program.
Which has the program, and the report generates after 60 seconds.
Okay. All right, let's leave that open and to have a look at that. Yeah. Okay, great stuff. Quantum resonance magnetic analyzer.
So you got it right.
Yes, I got it right. So, okay, so I'm in your rooms, you're giving me a complete list of that 36 items, and you pick up and say, okay, I mentioned earlier about the cough. So I said, listen, I've got this nagging cough. It just doesn't want to go away. I've tried all the home remedies. I've tried some over-the-counter stuff. Tell me what's happening in my body.
So we have to look at the history first. When did the cough start and stuff like that?
Okay.
But the machine will pick up the state of your lungs now. So obviously... When we look at the state of your lungs, there's different things it picks up in your lungs.
Okay.
Such as your vital capacity, your lung capacity, your total lung capacity, your resistance, how much of resistance is being caused, your airway resistance, and how much of oxygen is going into your lungs.
Okay.
Yes. So then we can obviously pick up what's your issues from your cough.
So it's not just maybe just some niggle in my throat, maybe, or post-nasal drip sometimes.
Sometimes, obviously, allergies we can look at on the test. There's allergies that pick up also.
Okay.
So there's quite a few allergies, like smoke, dust, milk.
So with the allergy, one usually goes for, you do it on the skin.
Yeah.
Does this now pick up that test as well? Your allergies, can you?
So it picks up quite a few allergies, like drugs, alcohol,
your
milk.
nuts?
Milk,
dairy, okay.
Grass, pollen, hair dye, metal
jewelry. Is that
jewelry.
from the 36? Is that from the 36?
No.
Okay, this additional.
So that's why I was saying, like, allergy is one of the 36.
Oh, it's one.
And all those things are subdivided into that.
Okay, well, so glad I asked that question, that came up then.
So in your heart, there's things that are subdivided in your heart.
So if it picks up one of its allergies, or heart, or liver, or feet, I don't know, and in the allergies it says maybe now artificial plastics, or plastics, or because I've actually recently heard somebody cannot use the plastics cutlery that they give out at the takeaways. She's allergic to something in there, so it would be able to pick that up. Yeah,
like chemicals.
Okay.
So if you're allergic to chemicals, it will show that you're allergic to chemicals. Seafood, the big ones are seafood and milk, because your lifestyle is based around seafood
sometimes you have
and
gut
milk.
problems, and then
that could be aggravating your lungs as well.
Oh wow! So then that cough could have come from an allergy. Wow, this is so interesting.
That's why I told you it's not only specific to your chest or your lungs.
So I have to tell you, I heard the story. The individual took their daughter to a specialist, and this child had a cough for the longest time, I think since after COVID, and it just never went away. They ended up spending a few thousand at the pulmonologist, and then a few thousand for tests. And they said, okay, maybe it's just an irritation, or are you allergic to some? And a few thousand rand later, this child still hasn't really gotten a real diagnosis. So you saying that this individual can come, and then apparently you do house calls as well.
That's where I'm usually moving towards, because people like to do a test at the comfort of their home. They don't have to drive out.
And because you can use...
it's portable.
Portable,
So you can drive out and just check them at the comfort of their home. So
let's talk about the history of this quickly. I know I'm talking specifically, but now this machine has come to South Africa. Are you one of the first? Are you the only one that has it? What's...
On a doctor scale, I think
Yeah.
I'm one of the few.
Okay.
I haven't really met a doctor that does this. So,
So where did you get training to use this machine?
basically, my medical degree has the training.
Yeah.
So the training of this machine is basically not difficult for me because
Okay.
I'm a doctor. So obviously, I know everything on that list.
Okay.
So I can sleep on it and then wake up and just read it, and I'll know what's happening.
All right.
So obviously, if you're not trained as a doctor, it's a bit more. You probably need some training, but it's not going to be as efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So allergies, when that allergy is picked up, what do you then advise?
You obviously have to stay away from those things because it's obviously like poison coming into your body. So sometimes when you get an allergy, it's not only because caused on the outside reaction. You don't know what's happening on the inside
Yeah.
because you just think, oh, I'm just enjoying whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe just say dairy.
Yeah.
You're having all the dairy, but sometimes you just feel like, oh no, you push it to the side,
Yeah.
but it's on the inside. So you only wait for sometimes the outside reaction to get
Yeah.
something, for your face to puff up or like a rash or something.
So a lot of people suffer from this discomfort in the tummy. I can't remember what is it called now. But it's a constant when they just eat something, they have to run to the loo, or they're just constantly in the loo. Like a bowel something, if I get the name.
Irritable bowel
there
syndrome.
we go,
Yeah.
irritable bowel syndrome. Because there's no real...
So
I
that
don't
also
know,
the
is it-
foods cause some issues,
Yeah.
and also because of the digestion. We're going back to the digestion thing
Digestion,
again.
yeah.
That test will show you how your digestion is.
Okay.
Because if your food is not absorbing what's happening, it might get stuck onto the organs, or it's coming out quicker than
Yeah,
where it
it's
went in.
supposed to
Yeah.
stay.
So
Okay, so take us through who would need to immediately want to get tested with this machine.
I think everyone should immediately get tested because you can prevent a lot of problems
Okay.
from happening. So even though you think you're an individual that's healthy
Yeah.
and you're eating well, whatever, there could be issues that are building up.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of like people who thought they were healthy, they
Yeah.
did the test, they see like certain things that are building up and you can prevent it.
So what about people that's having, something like stress, or they're not able to sleep, some abstract
So I have a
condition?
solution for that stuff
Yeah.
as well. I have a solution for basically a lot of the problems that people are facing. So there's a lot of people that have been facing with the stress and anxiety and sleep.
Yeah.
And since I've been seeing them, they obviously been sleeping better and stuff. The reviews are there around.
What do they test, if I may ask, I don't know if you're able to share that, what do they test results generate to? What are the results? Often when it comes to people that struggle sleeping.
Well, basically, you can see there's not enough blood going to the brain.
Okay. And how do you solve that?
So basically, we're going to push enough blood to the brain. Stress and not enough sleep causes not enough blood to the brain, which are what we need. So people usually, a lot of people that struggle to sleep are thinking at night. So they
don't think.
their brain is overworking at night, so they can't calm down.
Okay.
So I'm giving them a solution to that, to relax, get more
And that's why
oxygen
they
in
have
the
to
brain.
see you for the solution.
So, yeah,
I see you stepping away from that. Okay, I'm very excited to announce that you will be announcing a competition. We've literally got a minute or so left before we take our ad break. Quickly tell us about that.
So the
giveaway.
competition, we're going to basically give maybe 1 or 2 people a free scan.
We'll talk about that later at the end of the show, so we're excited about that and we'll make mention of it. I just wanted to officially tell the listeners viewers a bit earlier about it, but we have to take a short break. Do stay with us. We appreciate all this information Dr. Nabeel Adam has given us, and we're going to keep this going. Questions, comments and queries, you can post it on our various social pages and send it through to us now, and then we'll have Dr. Nabeel Adam give you all the answers that he possibly can in the next 2 segments that is left. So please send through those questions, and we want to hear from you. Dr. Nabeel, stay with us. We're going to take a quick short break. When we come back, more on quantum resonance magnetic analyzer, this brilliant diagnostic machine, just after the short break. Do stay with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A very good evening. Welcome back to our live health and wellness show. We do have a good couple of minutes left to take you through this health analyzer. I'm Hawa Solomon. Stay with us. We are taking your questions, comments and queries. If you have anything for our Dr. Nabeel Adam with regards to the quantum resonance magnetic analyzer. Yes, this is a machine that literally tells you everything what's happening within your body. Remember to call in live if you have any questions, medical related questions of how this gadget, this amazing little gadget works. It gets plugged into the laptop and boom, it tells you everything that your body is doing and what's wrong with it. Dr. Nabeel, welcome back. Okay, this brilliant, alhamdulillah, has been around for a long time. I want to take the viewers through some of the nitty-gritties of what the results, what it's actually diagnosing. So you have a few examples you've pointed out in previous videos with the lung, and you've did some gastro. So let's look at results of the actual machine. So we'll look at the gastro.
Intestinal.
Oh, yeah, the digestive system.
The digestive system.
Yes. Okay, so let's look at that.
Okay, so as we can see, the gastrointestinal function. This is an example of someone. It shows you these subdivided things in the digestion. So the first one is a pepsin secretion coefficient, which is a stomach enzyme that digests the proteins from ingested food. So it shows us the levels. So as we can see, the colors on the right side, green would be normal, blue would be mildly abnormal, yellow would be moderately abnormal, and red would be severely abnormal. Going forwards is on the high end, going backwards is on the low end.
Okay.
So they have the person's normal range and the actual measurement of the patient.
Okay.
Then we go to the next one is the gastric peristalsis. Peristalsis is breaking down of our foods in our gastric section. So as we can see, our levels, they are normal. The next one is our gastric absorption, where the absorption starts to take place for the foods. That's also a bit low.
Okay.
The next one is our small intestine peristalsis, which is a breaking down of our food in our small intestine. That's where we're getting our energy from. So when people don't feel like they don't have lots of energy, the small intestine is where the work's been done.
Wow. Okay.
So you can see that's a bit on the low end. And then the small intestine absorption would be the last one.
Would you say that that is very low on the small intestine, and what sort of symptoms would someone show when you say, okay, the energy is low? Is it just because I'm a little bit sleepy, or I actually woke up feeling, low energy and lethargic?
Well, I guess if you are feeling sleepy, then you wouldn't just, it'll just be like an overnight thing. Or it'll be like a progression over time would be the digestion. Because, so if the food's obviously not digesting all the time, then you'll feel the effects of it as we progress along.
So maybe over the last couple of weeks, I've just feeling so sluggish.
And it carries on until you fix the digestion.
Okay. And I can't remember now, was the large intestine, was that normal?
The large intestine is also picked up, but that was on another section.
Oh, okay.
So it picked up our gastric section and our small intestine. Our large intestine also gets picked up, but it's further down.
Yeah.
And our colon absorption as well gets picked up.
On that,
so it's,
that result. Okay.
So
what was the result of that one again, the colon intestine?
But that wasn't on that section. It's on the next subdivided. So it's a lot to go through.
On the list of 36,
Yeah.
Okay. Quickly, let's talk about the competition. I'm very excited, and we want to also just tell the viewers that they can call in. They can call in live, or any comments, questions, and queries that you have, please do call in on our number. Dr. Nabeel Adam is in studio with us, and we want to help them along understanding this machine. So the competition you're going to be running on your page tomorrow morning, you're going to put it up. Tell us about that quickly.
So the competition, we're going to ask the viewers a question, and they'll tag people.
You don't want to say it just yet?
I don't want to ask the question yet.
Rub it out of the bag yet.
We'll wait so they don't need to research stuff quickly. So we'll do it tomorrow, and then there'll be more details on the page.
All right. And the page is, your contact details, your page would
Doc
be?
MedSavvy. So DocMedSavvy.
Okay. So the contact details,
everything.
and to follow your Doc MedSavvy is that an Instagram page?
Yeah, that's my Instagram page.
Doc MedSavvy, and then you will post a question for the competition, which you don't want to tell us just yet.
Yeah.
Okay. And I see there's also details with regards to people wanting to book, and they can get a full report and a treatment plan immediately when they are booking. Yeah.
So basically, after the test that we do 60 seconds, it generates a report. So we go through the report immediately after the 60 seconds, and then we go through the treatment program and also eating plan.
What are the most common things when people are picking up to say, listen, I'm feeling that sluggish. I am feeling tired, let's say midday time, by 3 o'clock. I know I probably need to take a nap. And one day when I did take a nap, a cat nap, I actually felt so much better. Other than that, I am fine. I get the flu now and then. What could that be a common problem? Because that could be something that I've heard, so many people say, that I feel sluggish in the middle of the day. But one day I took a nap and I felt good again. What could be happening in that person's body possibly?
So the lifestyle is also an important thing, as we always speak about lifestyle.
Yeah.
Our eating, our sleeping, our exercise. So they could just feel better after a nap. Doesn't mean they're going to feel better
Long term.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So you can't just diagnose, or you can't just say, oh, that person is suffering from that.
Yeah.
Because you actually have to do the test to see like the specific things and fix the problems. Like something like lethargy.
Yeah.
You could feel it from a fatty liver. So if a person has a fatty liver, you'll get that lethargy.
What would be the result for a fatty liver? I would say you are now diagnosed with that.
Yeah.
You said lifestyle. So of course you have to include exercise, with something I'm not going to do.
So there's obviously things that
I'm going to say I'm not going to exercise. What else can I do?
There's obviously things that I recommend for them that
Okay.
helps them to burn that fatty liver and to detox their liver.
All right. So of course this must be a lifestyle outlook as well. What were the good recommended dietary advice that you would give them?
Well,
on a general basis as well for good liver,
I think we need to have everything in moderation. So a balanced diet.
Okay.
And we need to start eating our veggies, especially our green veggies, which has nutritional value, because we like other type of things like potatoes and things like that, which don't really aid us.
But often we don't cook those green veggies properly.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So we overcook it and then we make it into a curry and then it goes on and on.
What's
so
wrong with the curry, Doc?
No, I'm not saying
There's
there's
turmeric
anything
in
wrong.
there. It's good. That's good for you.
Yeah.
Hey, is turmeric not good for us?
Turmeric is good, but then
Okay.
we overcook it. That's the problem.
No, just guide us through that. How are we saying, no, but I had my veggies today. There's spinach in that breedy or that curry I had.
So if we had to cook like a spinach, some of us like to put a white sauce over it. That's the problem. So if you had to
Okay.
use like dry spices or something like that, that would be much better. But
if you-
now, once you start introducing all the sauces and things like that,
Yeah.
that's the thing that's...
And if
So
you
preparation
don't-
is the most important
Yeah.
in eating.
Okay, sorry. But
Yeah.
I was going to say, and if you don't cook that spinach, probably better. But then people will say, I'm not a rabbit.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be bland. That's what people fail to understand.
Okay,
You can put your spices and stuff, just the preparation's the most important.
yeah.
So you can even fry it. It's just important what oils you use, things like that. Preparation's the most important.
But I've heard people grapple with, like, what do I put on my veggies? Like you say, are they going to overdose it with white sauce, which is just not good for you? What about salt? Okay. What about, the pepper, but it's so compound that, there's not even sometimes real pepper in there, there's just some flavoring. What about the herbs? Just give us some advice on, like, a breakfast meal, for instance.
So a breakfast meal would be like something, the best option would be oats for breakfast.
Okay, so that's also another thing. You get the quick oats.
Not the
in
instant
the-
oats.
Okay, thank you.
So the rolled or steel oats would be the best option because it also helps
What
with
was that, the roll?
or steel oats.
What is steel oats?
It's also a type of oats,
Okay,
steel.
but you have to cook it.
Yeah, you cook it for a
So
while.
any oats that you need to cook.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just cook it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. You have that. That's the best option for
Okay.
breakfast. And it cuts cholesterol and it keeps you filled.
So what are you going to eat your oats with?
There's lots of, you can add some fruit to it, some blueberries, maybe bananas,
Okay.
some raw honey if you want
Not
some
stewed
sweetness.
Sugared, not stewed sugar.
Raw honey for
Okay,
sweetness.
Okay.
That's the thing because the other honeys have a lot of sugar added on.
Let's talk about that sugars in our diet, because now they say use the artificial sugars. There's the xylitol, there's the pure coconut. There's so much sugars. Which are the good sugars that we need to choose?
I don't really
And
think
that's
any
what we're
sugar.
baffled with.
I don't think any sugar is really great, to be honest.
Okay.
Because if you just want sugar, you should just have a little bit of sugar anyway, in moderation.
Okay.
But obviously, if you're diabetic and stuff, it will be a problem. So
Yeah.
we have to try to limit it.
So no sugars, no sugar in your life. Okay, but the fruits, there's lots of fruits that has good sugars in,
Yeah.
and that could help.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have Abida from Cape Town. She says, "Assalamu alaikum. A very interesting topic. Thank you, Dr. Adam. I would like to ask what dietary or lifestyle changes would help me with my anemia. I'm always feeling tired and lightheaded. What could possibly help her? Of course, you advise to book an appointment."
So I think the red meat is good for anemia, but
Okay.
obviously you have to watch how much you eat as well. So maybe some lean steak would be good once a week, some beetroot,
Which are the lean steaks?
the fillet steak.
Okay, fillet
Yeah.
steak.
So it's clean, not too much fat on it.
Okay.
But we come back to the sauces game again. We can't go to the sauces game.
You eat
So
your lean steak
but
and
you
then
add spices, you still add some thyme. You
Okay.
add your chili powders, your turmeric, all of that, you can still add it because
Sumac
it's
and
fine.
all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And beetroot is good. That would be one of the good.
Your green leafy stuff,
that's-
your spinach.
Yeah, spinach.
Yeah. And you get the nice spinach, the baby spinach.
Yeah,
eh?
you get a lot of
It's
things
like a
these days.
salad.
Yeah. And then you have to supplement for iron also besides the dietary point.
Okay,
It just
okay.
depends how bad your anemia is.
So it's not just what you're eating. You
Yeah.
have to take a supplement. All right. She's asked around mild seizures as well, but let's quickly take a short break. When we come back, more of your questions on tonight's show with the health analyzer. We're focusing on the quantum resonance magnetic analyzer. Your questions after this short break. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to our live show of Health Matters, about really going through the health analyzer, quantum resonance magnetic analyzer, a diagnostic machine that within 60 seconds gives you results. Let's continue with Dr. Nabeel Adam. Doctor, we have a good couple of questions. I just quickly want to, just to recap. Just to recap quickly, if anybody's missed anything with the quantum resonance magnetic analyzer, I said it, yeah. Just how it works, why you would actually need it, and who would need it.
Young or old, fit or unfit, anyone should obviously be aware of their health status.
Yeah.
So you can see things that are building up or that's already there, and then we can help you take it from there.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
So Abida has another question for mild seizures. Not too sure if she's epileptic or not. Please, Assalamu alaikum, please let us know if doctor can treat, if this can pick up what the reasons are for mild seizures.
It can pick up stuff based on causing the seizures, and then we can advise on fixing those issues all in the body, and then the seizures would be getting better. Also, your diet for a seizure is very important, so it will stop the seizures from happening if you have this keto diet.
Okay.
That one's helpful for seizures.
For mild seizures. Okay. And you would advise within the keto diet would
Yeah,
help.
what to go for, what to stay away from, and
Okay.
stuff that could help.
Can I quickly ask, for the mild seizures, which part of the 36 test results would that pick up? The brain function?
Yeah, brain functions. It has a
Okay.
lot of stuff there, cranial nerves, things like that inside.
Okay.
So,
All right. So let's move on to the next questions. I'm sure this gentleman is meaning tonsils. So a caller wants to know what is the causes? What can cause? I'd like to ask what causes tonsils, and what are the home remedies being seen that a doctor would treat? And tonsils is something that you...
I'm sure he has
eventually-
he's talking about inflammation of the tonsils.
Yeah, because that often happens
Yes.
a few times a year.
So if you have to have inflammation, I think it's better just to remove your tonsils if you can.
Okay.
Then obviously there won't be any trouble.
Instead of going through all the home
Yeah,
remedies.
if you keep going on about tonsils,
Yeah.
it'll be constant, especially if he's asking about a home remedy for tonsils, means he has a constant problem with it. So he should just go, the best advice to just remove the tonsils, because it won't really affect his life.
How often do people get sick for it to have to be removed?
Well, you can remove it any time. It doesn't really give you
So
an
even if you get
indication.
sick just
yeah,
once?
it's just
Okay.
tonsils, you can just remove it if it's inflamed.
All right. Zahira Akuji wants to know, Assalamu alaikum, what treatment would you advise for endometriosis, doctor? and adenomyosis. I hope I said that right.
Yeah.
Will the machine be able to pick up those conditions?
So yeah, it picks up your hormones and stuff like that.
Okay.
As we spoke about. So for men and female, it will pick up hormones. So we can check the hormonal levels and things like that. And then if they come and see me, we can talk about a good treatment
The
program
treatments.
for all of those issues.
Okay, so remember, Doc's details will be on screen as well. I am diabetic. What diet can I follow? And I know I can't eat salt in my food and no sugar in my tea or porridge. Please help. This is Isaac wants to know canola. Please help. That's a big crowd. When you say canola, then it's a big crowd. You know, it sounds like this person really does want some sort of sugar or salt in their diet that they are craving for as well.
So the main thing with diabetics is to control, we need to know our insulin levels. That's the main thing.
Okay.
So for the insulin levels, things that build it up are not only sugar. It's like wheat, so flour, so gluten stuff, a lot of that.
So you need to know what
So you have to cut down a bit on those stuff. And also carbs, lots of carbs. If you're eating lots of carbs, that's building it up.
Okay.
So there's a balanced diet. I'm not going to go for like a specific diet name where you can go and research.
Okay.
We have to talk about it and see what foods you can eliminate and what you can include some. And you have a balance, so moderation.
But something that Isaac can start tomorrow.
So he has to cut down on the carbs.
Which is your bread, your white bread,
those type of things. You go for the
rice. You do get diabetic rice.
Diabetic rice is the one.
Is fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you go for your diabetic rice. You go for things that
basmati rice.
Not really. The best is diabetic rice.
Okay.
For digestion, no cholesterol, no sugar. So that's the first alternative.
Okay.
And the rotis and things like that, that's full of ghee.
Wheat?
That's full of ghee and stuff. So it's obviously going to spike it.
No.
Yeah. You have to cut it down, especially if you have diabetes.
But you can't go cold turkey.
No, you can't. You have to balance it.
What is moderation, though? We need to wrap up. Okay, before I get into more questions, we need to wrap up quickly, Doctor. How can they get hold of you? Let's talk about the competition again and just to recap again of your contact details as well.
So my contact details are my Instagram handle, DocMedSavvy, DocMedSavvy.
Okay.
So you can contact me on there, and my number is also on there, and there's lots of posts to see what's happening, how it works, and stuff like that.
And
the competition, we're going to not give away too much today. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay. There'll be lots of details tomorrow.
What do they need to do, though?
So they're going to be tagging 3 of their friends, Doc Med Savvy and Hilaal TV.
Okay.
And then we're going to ask one question, and we're going to choose a winner for a free scan.
Oh, yay. So if they're in Cape Town, Polokwane, Durban, no matter where they are in SA, you'll go and find them.
Yeah.
Okay, so Doc Savvy,
Doc Med Savvy.
Doc Med Savvy. They've got a and also tag Hilaal TV as well as Hilaal Sales and Marketing. So, let's not forget sales and marketing as well.
So I'll put on all the details on the page. The Hilaal TV.
This is the Instagram page.
Yeah, this is my Instagram page. So we run the competition on both pages. Okay. So we have
all the details. So follow Doc.
Doc Med Savvy first.
Absolutely. Dr. Nabeel Adams, it was an absolute pleasure having you in studio with us. I hope you were able to help somewhat of the diabetes, the glaucoma patients, those craving and needing salt and sugar and all of that. But inshallah, to contact you and the competition running on your Instagram page, Doc Med Savvy. A big shukran to you, Dr. Nabeel Adams, and we'll hopefully chat to you again soon. And remember, you can follow his page for that actual competition. Next up is our IMA activities. So first up, we have the breast screening volunteers. You are needed in Cape Town on Tuesday, the 25th of October, happening at Masjid Al-Quds in Gatesville. The Pink Hijab Day hosted by the Voice of the Cape Radio in collaboration with the IMA SA. Please volunteer your services. You can contact Tohida 079 612 9592. Medical screening will be happening, and that is in Benoni on Sunday, the 23rd of October. Please volunteer your services as well in Benoni. If you'd like more information, please do contact them on 082 705 0020. Then there's a clinic running out in Orlando East. Their services are varied, so please visit them in 2158 Mofunsanye Street, Orlando East, and for more information you can contact the IMA via their website. Another clinic happening out in Beckersdale, IMA SA, the Islamic Medical Association clinic in Beckersdale. They're having primary healthcare, adult child healthcare, check your blood pressure, family planning, lots more happening, consultations on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you can contact 082 961 8100 for more information. And remember, you can also contact the IMA for various different services. They have safe and effective dialysis care. So visit them and visit the various IMA websites. The dialysis care happens in Durban. They also have glaucoma testing. Please follow the IMA website. That is imasa.co.za. And unfortunately, that's where we have to leave it for now. Hope you enjoyed today's show, this evening's show. Watch out for next week's show as we highlight breast cancer. We speak to a survivor, Rehana, as well as Dr. Lucy van Skalkwijk and Dr. Zenith breast cancer team in studio with us live. Join us next week, same time, same place. Wassalamu alaikum and goodbye for now.